Yep. So, welcome to IRA Interview Day. So, for the next 20 minutes, we're going to be asking you a series of questions, Evan. The last 5 minutes are going to be reserved for a tech-based question, and I have a laptop here for you. We're going to be taking notes on either, we're going to be writing notes or typing them down, so please don't mind us. Other than that, I say we get started.
All right.
Okay.
There will be a total of 5 interview questions.
It could be around 7, 8, so.
Okay.
And then the last tech-based questions.
All right.
So my first question for you, Devin, is tell me what you were doing before Europe, how you heard about the program, and why you decided to join.
Before Europe, I was involved with a nonprofit organization called Stride Center, which helps low-income people gain technical skills. They have an A+ course, Network Plus course, Security Plus course, and even before that, I was studying technology online because I realized that's what I want to do in my life.
Mm-hmm.
As far as hearing about Europe, I actually heard about Europe from Stride Center, that nonprofit organization. They showed me it was something online, I can't remember exactly where it was on, but I saw the possibilities for an internship and the actual technical training, which I thought was great and a fit for me. When I actually arrived, I really felt I settled in here. It was like a second family to me, so that's why I got involved. And I eventually did drop after 2 weeks or 3 weeks, my old nonprofit organization.
Awesome. Thank you.
And my question for you is, why do you want to work in tech?
I just feel tech is a really fruitful career with lots of opportunities, specifically cybersecurity and coding. I subscribe to CompTIA News Brief, so I constantly see, new emails and information about what's going in the tech world, and I really just think getting involved would be something extremely rewarding for me. As well, it's extremely challenging, which I think is a good thing. I can constantly push myself and challenge myself for years, and it's something that's going to I'm going to be able to just learn for years.
Okay. Yes, I'll ask you the next one here. So, thinking back in the last 4 months here during L&D, what do you think has been your biggest challenge or your growth area, and what have you done to overcome this challenge?
I think my biggest challenge has been organizational skills. It's not that I don't have them, it's that Europe can be very challenging, and they want you to have a myriad of different ways to log information. Putting it on your planner and then checking your Outlook and checking your Schoology, it can become a kind of jumbled mess, especially since I also like studying independently on my own for a large part of the day. So for me, it's been overcoming lack of organization, really focusing and checking those tools to make sure that I can get my assignments in, which is also from the beginning now been a struggle for me that I'm growing in.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Did you want to ask the next one, Veronica?
Yes, I will. And based on the internship description that you have read, explain why you're a strong candidate for that position in technical internship.
I think because of my background, everyone here acknowledges that I have some technical foundation, a pretty good technical foundation. I feel that I have already a start in IT, and that's going to allow me to excel in my classes. My grades are at a good point right now, and I'm really focused on learning IT all throughout the day, every day. So I just feel I'm very honed in and can learn any material in front of me, really.
Any of the specific job descriptions that you would want to be applied for?
Yeah, IT support I think is a great foundation, A+ related material, and that's what I've been studying for months.
So IT support.
Yeah.
Okay. So this next question is, we're going to switch gears a little bit. It's a scenario-based question. So we'll ask you a scenario-based question, and from that, you kind of just walk us through the process of how you would solve that scenario. Do you want to ask him one of those scenarios?
Yeah. So let's say I ask you to run a 15-minute weekly meeting where the team can get together and inform each other of what they're working on. How would you go about making that happen?
Well, first I would make sure I have all contacts necessary, their email address, so that I could add them to an appointment that I could create on Office 365 with Outlook and simply add them into that event, and then set up a reoccurring event at the title and send out the email so that everyone can be informed, and then send out follow-up emails. I can make a request so that people have to actually accept the invite.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So this next question, let's see here. Where'd it go? So for you, is it more important to lead or is it more important to compromise, and why?
I think it's a mix of both for me. If there's something I know, I'll put myself out there to educate anyone who doesn't know a specific role as to help them to take a leadership role.
Mm-hmm.
But if I have to compromise in any way, in a group project or anything of that nature, it's necessary sometimes. So I think for me personally, it's a little bit of compromise. Even as a leader, you'll have to compromise sometimes in specific situations. So you have to compromise and show leadership skills when necessary, and then sometimes fall back.
Is there an example you can think of that you would want to share with us where you'd have to get both?
During the first few weeks of L&D or Module 1 hardware, because of my technical background, I think that's when everyone kind of acknowledged I had some technical skills with me. I walked around when people were taking apart computers and made sure to help anyone who didn't not yet know what they were doing in terms of hardware. So because I can already put together a computer and take one apart, I would just go around helping anyone, teaching them, showing them, this is this part, this is how it's removed, this is how it's put back on, this is a processor, this is a heatsink, these are standoffs, this is a motherboard. So I kind of assumed more of a leadership role.
Okay, awesome. Do you guys have more questions from?
Yeah. Can you tell me about a time when you're in a situation where you felt like you weren't getting enough from either your teacher or your manager to complete a job successfully? And then from that, what did you do in that situation? And how would you apply the lesson you learned from that to your internship moving forward?
Here at Europe, or more so past work experience, or either?
Whatever works. Good specific examples.
Could you ask the question again? It was kind of long and hard to find.
Yeah, so can you tell me about a time when you were not getting what you needed from a manager or from a teacher to complete a job, a task that you've been given? And what you did in that situation to effectively address it?
Yes. So here at Europe, we're expected to have to take time to independently learn. Our instructor can only show us so much. There's only so much time out of the day. It's not that they won't help us, but they have a time schedule they're on. So it was my initiative really to go out on my own and learn, and take in any information or use the study tools given to me to continue my learning on my own. If that answers the whole question.
That's good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think we can start switching gears now for the last piece. I'm actually just gonna stop so